Hi, and welcome to show number 11. Time is flying. I can't believe it's our 11th show, but I'm so excited about it. Our last show, show number 10, was on a football field. I had the privilege of interviewing Latavius Murray about his project in Nedrow, and it was so wonderful to be at the Bills Spring Training Camp in Rochester, and also to have that time with Latavius. Check the show out on YouTube. Today, I'm on a different field. I'm on a baseball field. I'm at the Carrier Park Field of Dreams, home of the Syracuse Challenger Baseball. It's an incredible place. It's been a long time in the making. It would not be here if it were not for the executive director, Dom Cambareri. And I have the privilege of having Dom on the show today.
Juli,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's very exciting to be here.
Exciting for me as well.
Carrier Park Field of Dreams and the amazing Syracuse Challenger Baseball program, which was the driving force behind everything that's here.
Yeah, and you know what? Listen, there's nobody more passionate than this guy right here. And it took that passion, and I remember the minute I met you and the first time I heard you speak, I was just so taken and fell in love with the idea of this, and now it's the reality. And it took, where did this begin? Tell me your story and where this idea.
This all started with the amazing players and the families associated with Syracuse Challenger Baseball. Back in 2006, our program had nearly tripled in size. And we were really looking to find a set of fields that could be truly accessible to all of our special needs players and families, and also have the ability to accommodate all of our teams at one site. After almost 4 years of looking for a spot, Syracuse Challenger Baseball teamed up with the town of DeWitt and the Carrier Corporation, and we were able to turn this amazing former employees recreational park into an incredible, all-accessible field of dreams.
It is incredible. We should be so proud to have this right here in Syracuse. It is amazing. I mean, every detail, it's so professional. It looks like a professional baseball field.
Well, that was the idea behind the design. Even back then, we recognized that there was a great need that wasn't being met here locally and nationally. And that was to create a set of fields that allowed athletes of all differing abilities to have full accessibility to play sports and recreation. And that is exactly what we accomplished with the Field of Dreams. It's designed to be open, it's designed to be accessible to all children, no matter what the level of their abilities are, because they all share the same dream that any other child is, and that is to get on the field and be part of a great team and play.
Yeah, that is so incredible and so true. I know you have basketball courts as well.
Yep, we do.
We can't forget basketball.
No, we purposefully designed the field so that not only would it accommodate baseball and Syracuse Challenger Baseball, but all sports and all recreation. We started first by putting in a special needs playground and then 3 fully accessible basketball courts. But now we are embarking on our biggest project, and that's our Super Field of Dreams expansion. And once that is built, not only will we add 6 additional Little League fields as part of this great super field, but that super field will accommodate football, lacrosse, soccer, field hockey, and a big Special Olympics event anytime they want to come.
That is so great. I just love that. So that's needed. You have a lot going on here, but the need is still there, for that super field. And so you had an exciting year. I know you kind of kicked off the super field along with opening day, or you announced the great gifts that were already promised with the Lally family and the Lobdell families.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
And we had such an amazing day at opening day with the Lobdell and Lally announcements.
Yeah.
And then the announcements of our World Series team that was going down to Williamsport.
And this is the coach of that as well.
That our dear friend, Coach Jim Boeheim, was so moved that after the ceremony finished, out of the corner of my eye, I saw him coming right at me. And he came over, fully animated, and said that he and the foundation would donate an additional $100,000 for the super field, and also donate additional funds to sponsor our Little League World Series team down in Williamsport.
Well, we're so excited to do that. Let's break away and show a little video of that Little League World Series.
Hi there, my name is Emily Coffey, and I'm here at the World Series Challenger after party. We're having a picnic, and I'm here with Jennifer. Jennifer, how are you doing today?
I am amazing. This has been the best 2 days of Challenger baseball history. This is outstanding.
Definitely. And what does it mean to be a part of this community that the Challengers have?
Okay, you might make me cry. It means love, support, community, friendship, the players, the families. I've been a part of this league for the better part of 19 years, and I've made some of the best friends. And as a special needs caregiver, there's always somebody I can turn to who gets it. And that's what's really important for our families, and for our kids, we can just let them be whoever they want to be and whoever they need to be that day. So it's just an amazing community and love and friendship.
Is there a specific moment that stands out to you from today that you'll just cherish forever?
Oh God, there's so many. But I think when I walked in the stadium, Dom and Dee and I worked really hard to get, and a lot of people did, to get us here for this weekend. When I walked into the stadium and I saw all those players on the field in their uniforms and everybody's so excited, I just started tearing up. It was like, oh, we did it. And B, it was just so amazing to see them having this life-changing experience.
Awesome. And you told me a story about your earrings. Could you share that again?
Absolutely. A parent bought these earrings that were like triple weird, big, gaudy baseball earrings, and she took them apart because they were just a little too much for a baseball game. And so she took the second section and made them for me, another mom. And so I wear them every game too. So Lisa, the Corso family is amazing.
Awesome. Such a beautiful story about how you guys really come together and are just in this together.
We do. And anytime we need help, anytime we need anything, all of these families step up to make sure that all events and all of our kids have the best experience ever. Or actually all of our individuals, because we have children and adults.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That was so great. I can feel the energy and excitement, and I know that was a memory that will never be forgotten for everyone who participated.
When we went down to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, our players and our coaches got a chance to do something that is very rare for any type of Little League player or coach. We played on the same fields as some of the finest and greatest Little League World Series players in the world. And the experience for us was absolutely magnetic, off the charts. We had 15 players in the main Little League World Series game on Saturday, and 3 coaches. And we also participated in the first time ever senior division Challenger game the day before with 11 additional players. So we had 26 of our players from our Challenger division, which is the largest and the oldest in the United States.
We should be so proud of that.
And we were only one of 2 teams of over 1,000 selected to participate. That was truly an amazing weekend for all of us.
That is so special. That is so, and the design of the uniforms. We have a picture of the uniforms here. I know one of the program directors and also Mom had a hand in that. You'll be meeting her in a little bit. Those look great. That is so awesome. I'm sure you all felt so proud putting those on.
Not only did they play like champions, they looked like champions.
Yeah, that is.
And every time one of our players came up to hit, and ripped a single out into the field. We had an amazing amount of family and friends there cheering and screaming their lungs out, and it was captured on TV. We had a chance to play on TV, and that'll be shown again sometime in the near future. But at the end of the day, what it showed was that all players of all ages, all backgrounds, all abilities can fulfill their dreams and even end up at the Little League World Series in Williamsport.
That is
and Syracuse
so fun.
Challenger Baseball led the Central New York community.
That is beautiful.
And we did it.
Who better to represent us? And is that the first time ever this has happened?
For any team from Central New York, it
for
was
us,
the first
yeah.
appearance in the Little League World Series.
So is it possible to do that again? I mean,
well, there is a long waiting list every year from the Challenger programs in order to get into the Challenger Division game. But we've got some other things going on. You know, we've heard from some other Challenger leagues, including one from Texas. And who knows? You know, maybe we'll do a home road thing, you know?
Yeah.
They'll come up here and play at Carrier Park Field of Dreams.
that would be great.
And then we'll pack everybody down and we'll go down to Texas and play them in their home field. We'll see how it goes.
I love it. The sky's the limit.
You know, it all starts by the desire of amazing parents and amazing community that wanted to provide opportunity for our kids to play baseball and participate in both integrated and unified sports. That's what Challenger Baseball stands for. That's what the Carrier Park Field of Dreams stands for. And that's certainly what this community is backing in the Super Field of Dreams expansion.
That's incredible.
And we are fortunate. We have the most amazing folks like the Jim and Juli Boeheim Foundation, the Lobdell family, the Lally family, and so many others supporting our efforts in doing this. We really hope that we will be a leader in the nation in the area of integrated and unified sports.
It's looking good so far. We have such an incredibly generous community. I know you had a big celebration on the heels of the Little League World Series and also to celebrate the season overall as it came to an end.
Yep, we celebrated our amazing Day of Champions right here at Carrier Park, and we were honored with the appearance of County Executive McMahon and Mayor Walsh and Senator Mannion, who came and proclaimed that day as the Syracuse Challenger Baseball Day of Champions. And you can see on our screen, we celebrated our World Series players and participants, and also provided trophies to all 240 of our Challenger players in our league.
That's beautiful.
What a special and magical moment it was for them, it was for their families, and it was for us, the volunteers to the program.
Well, this whole place is special and magical. So is your heart and your passion, and I just, it's infectious. It really is, and it's an honor to be a part of this as a foundation, to spread those community dollars here, right here, and we want to keep it going, you know, so let's do it. Let's build that super field.
Right. Please, everyone out there, join the Jim and Juli Boeheim Foundation and Syracuse Challenger Baseball and the rest of our donors and communities in supporting this amazing expansion super field. This is our opportunity to not only shine here in Central New York and in New York State, but we will be the example of what it takes in order to bring inclusive and unified sports to all of America.
It's so important. It really is. And how can people get involved? How can they donate? What are ways to do that?
Best way to get involved is to visit our Facebook site at SyracuseChallengerBaseball.com or go to our website at Syracuse Challenger Baseball, or go to carrierpark.org and you can get some information about donating. There are links there, and you will see some great photos and videos of our players and our World Series team in action.
and take a ride by sometime. Tell me that you're not proud of this place and be a part of it. That would be so wonderful. Thank you so much for your time,
Julie,
Dom.
for inviting me here.
I just enjoyed it so much.
It is a delight
Thank you.
to be here with you and with all of your team from the foundation.
Thank you.
Because the fact of the matter is that we couldn't have gotten off the ground if you and Coach Jim hadn't participated from the beginning.
We're thrilled to do it. We're thrilled to do it. Stay with us. I'm going to be joined by the two directors to talk about some of the program directors to talk about some of the programming here and the Superfield. So I'm here with Challenger Field Program Directors Dee Perkins and Jen Savastino. Hi, ladies. Thank you for joining us and joining me today. Tell us a little bit about your roles here at Challenger Baseball.
So it's funny, we're both directors, and you would think that that means that there are certain things that I do and certain things that Jen does, but so many times what we do overlaps each other. And so when there's a large project, we generally tend to carve it out. So my stuff is usually communication with the league. We have over 220 players. We have adults, we have juniors, we have seniors, so break out all of the divisions if you need to reach the juniors or the seniors, and databases, and how do we capture, how do we let people know when we have a late cancellation, because rain happens. We live in central New York, and we went from a program where we were just calling people, literally coaches were picking up the phone and calling their players, to a program that actually called the entire league, to now a program where we actually text people. So that's my expertise: website, communication, and making sure all the databases are kept correct. And Jennifer?
I manage most of the fundraising, uniforms, outreach when we have events. I'm that coordinator that coordinates the events. I also have a second hat where I sit on the Friends of Town of DeWitt Parks and Rec's board. That's a mouthful. To do the fundraising to raise the money for Cary Park so that we can finish these fields.
That's incredible. Well, your roles are super important. I'm very impressed. And, it just gives us an idea of how involved and detailed this is. It takes a lot to make all of this happen. And all of the detail. Like, we're standing in this dugout, and Jen, you mentioned, the design of this dugout to accommodate wheelchairs, and tell us about that.
Absolutely. When we're talking about fields for everybody, for people of all abilities, you need to make sure that the walkways are wide enough so that wheelchairs can get through, or crutches, or walkers, that our visually impaired players have enough room to be able to mobilize around other players, not just this walkway and where the benches are, but also the doorways to get out to the fields. And the turf field itself makes it so much more accessible for every player.
That's incredible. Well, dugouts are important. They're important to be in and feel, and to be a team in.
Absolutely.
And I'm so glad they're included in this, as well as they should be. Let's take a walk to the site that would be the future Superfield. That will be the future Superfield. We know this is going to happen. How much of your day is taken up by this and this design? You've already done these other fields, so I guess they'll follow suit with the turf.
Yes.
And if you look at this field, I know this stuff takes a lot of money. If I'm standing here and looking at this field, I could say, oh, well, what's so expensive? What takes all the money to make this happen?
Drainage, construction, leveling the fields, worrying about environmental wetlands when we're taking out trees, and where are we going to replace those so that we can keep our environment and keep the amount of trees in this area. The turf is very expensive. And again, as I mentioned earlier, turf is very important, not just for our special needs players, but even for baseball and softball tournaments, because if it rains, which it does, as Dee mentioned, it does rain in central New York a lot sometimes, we can play on these fields when they're turf 10 minutes after the rain stops. You don't have to worry about puddling or the fields being too muddy. So turf is important for not just special needs baseball, but for all baseball.
Yeah.
Or for all sports.
And injury and falling. And I know it's a controversial topic in the NFL right now, but I think for this particular field and the population that it serves, it is crucial to have it.
As we were getting ready for the World Series, we had an adult player who normally plays on this field, and she came over to where the juniors and the seniors play, which is, we're lucky enough that Maddie Dale shares their fields with us. But she was used to this field, which is spongy, for lack of a better word. It has some give. And she, when she was practicing with us, she fell down and she started to cry. She got hurt because ground feels a lot different than this field. This field feels amazing. So that is part of the expense. That, you know, and the other thing is fences. You know, this fence, my hope is that my senior players are going to come here and they're going to hit home runs.
Yeah.
You know, so we can't have a home run from one field go into another field where a group of special needs players are going to play. So all kinds of things that you've never thought about cost a lot of money.
And some people may look at this and say, wow, well, don't you already have enough? Why do you need a super field?
Well, the super field is going to give us significantly more baseball fields, but also it's going to give the opportunity for Challenger football and soccer and lacrosse and field hockey to come here and play and have a place that they can call home, just like we've been able to make this a home for Syracuse Challenger Baseball.
And the most important thing for me right now is we can't grow as a league. We are limited to the amount of fields that we have at Maddie Dale and limited by the amount of fields that we have here at Carrier Park. Our adult league is growing by leaps and bounds.
Wow.
There are adult players out there who have never had a chance to play. And this year, you know, we both have stories that highlight your year. I was able to give a trophy to a 50-year-old player, and he looked at me and said, "This is the first time I've ever gotten a trophy." So,
That's incredible.
Ralph,
and everybody loves a trophy.
yeah, Ralph, I love you for that story because that was a great story, and he got another trophy when we had our Day of Champions here, and it's just, that's why we work so hard.
That's so amazing, and you both are so passionate, you know, just like Dom. And where does that passion come from? I think I know, but I would like for you to share your stories as moms.
I have my bonus son, Daniel, is 29, and he's lived with me since he was about 5, and he is autistic. And he started playing 19 years ago, and just through, and the league was small, but we were 6 teams at the time?
Yeah, 16.
60 players total. And over the years, I just got more involved, and you can't help but fall in love with the families and the players. Special needs parenting, and we talk about this all the time, is a very lonely place, or can be. It's hard to find things for your kids to do, or you're taking them to places where there's typical kids and you're making them fit into this square peg in a round hole. When you bring your child here, to Challenger Baseball, not only can you let them just be whoever they are and whatever they're feeling in that moment, but the parents get it. If your child has a meltdown, nobody's looking at you, nobody's acting like you're some bad parent whose kid's going wild. None of that. It's just so you get to network and meet people who get it, and your kids get to be your kids. And for me, as a special needs parent, that's worth 100 of these fields.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And for me, we started in the year 2000. Taylor was 5, and he's a young man with autism as well. Her son's 29, and mine's 28, so we both have adult young men who have autism. And I started just by taking pictures. I was the league photographer, and the joke is I missed a meeting one day, and I became the deputy program director. Yes, she definitely missed a meeting. She became events person, and that was amazing. One of the things that strike me about the 3 of us is we work so well together, and how it's a miracle. It really is a miracle because we work really hard. Most of us have jobs that we don't, you know, we sacrifice time from our jobs, we sacrifice times from our families, we sacrifice nights and weekends, and to find someone that I don't mind getting a text from on Friday night at 10 o'clock, that I can be on the phone with until, you know, 11 o'clock at night, trying to figure out a Challenger problem, it's a blessing. And so not only do I give to this league and give wholeheartedly, but I get back because I have amazing friends.
Oh, yeah. Don't we always
100%.
give? We always get back,
Yeah.
you know, but your hard work is serving so many others. And boy, it's just one of the best things I think we can do as a human being.
Agreed.
So, well, I hope our viewers are feeling the passion and the joy and the motivation to get involved. And let's make this field a super field. sooner rather than later. You know, we've got some people working so hard and, you know, 24/7, really. I mean, I know it's on your heart and your mind all the time, and I'm just so thrilled that the foundation is coming alongside you, and we're going to continue that, and hopefully we're going to bring in some new people to support this incredible project here.
And Julie, I promise you, these fields will be used. We have 240 players right now, but I see a day when we have 400 players, and we're going to need a place to go. So I promise you, these will be used.
Let's do it. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.